Hi there again, everybody. Boyd back with you once more for another building project here on the channel. This is part one of my project Miami Vice buildup. I'm going to be building up this Scarab offshore boat that we saw in the television show, and also the Ferrari Daytona Spider that Sonny Crockett drove in the first two seasons of the television show. What you're seeing in front of you here is a model kit put out by Monogram of the boat called the Splash Dancer. Now you're saying, well, that's not the Miami Vice boat. Well, it actually is. The company put out 3 or 4 different kits of the same exact boat, which was the Scarab that we saw in the television show. And the actual Miami Vice kit itself is really, really rare and super expensive. If you look it up on eBay or somewhere like that, you'll find out what I mean. Usually can't touch the kit for less than $150 or $200. And so I did a little looking around when I found out that they made these different kits, and I found this kit here on eBay, wound up getting it for really cheap. And being it's the exact same boat with a different color scheme, all we're going to have to do here is do the paint work to make it look like the paint scheme that we saw on the Miami Vice boat, which is some striping going down the sides and some fading colors, those kind of fuchsia and purple and different colors that we saw on the Miami Vice boat. And the Miami Vice boat kit comes with the decals for that, and I was planning on painting on that, all of that detail on anyway with my airbrush. Thought that might be a kind of a little challenging, little fun project to do, so we're going to be doing that with this boat here. And we'll be building up the Daytona Spider right after that. That kit hasn't arrived yet, but it should be here in a couple of days. Also got that one really cheap. Those kits are readily available out there if you're interested in getting one of those. It's recently been repopped again by Revell, so it's really easy to find. I'll show you what we've got going on here. This boat is roughly 132 scale. They don't really give a scale designation on the box or in the instructions here, but it's right around 132 scale. And I've started to do some preliminary painting on it already. I've got my white base coat laid down on this for my primary color on the top and the bottom. It's a fairly detailed kit. It's doesn't have a super high parts count, but it's got enough parts where you can put some nice detail into it. And you can see the interior tub is already molded into this. I've actually been working on the engine bay here, and you can see that we have the twin Chrysler 440s. Now these come actually molded right into this tub here, so you have to get in there and do all that painting. The only loose parts that connect to them are the belts in the front, the air cleaners on the top, which are called spark arresters. On boats, they have a special air element on there to protect from a backfire coming out of the carburetor that could get a fire inside the engine compartment on a boat. It's kind of a safety thing. And then the exhaust system there that you can see I put on. But that turned out really nice. So I've got that pretty much done already, and it sits in here basically like this in the back of the boat, and then there's a cover that goes over the top of that. So that'll look really cool. It does come with a little stand here for it to sit on. But like I said, the parts count to this isn't super high. We got to build the seats, we got to build some of the hand railing and some of the control panels and the outboards for the drive system on the boat. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of assembly work going on here. I'll show you the decal sheet really quick here, or I'm sorry, the instruction sheet. And it's about as simple as it gets. You can see you start off with detailing the engine compartment, putting the belts on the other parts. Then you're moving on to the basic assembly of the hull, starting to assemble the control console and all that. And then you get on to adding all the small little detail parts like the hand railings and everything, and then finally apply the decals at the end after you've done all your paint work. This model kit here comes with a really nice decal set for this particular boat, which is beautiful. I love this gold foil lettering that we have here. It's a shame that we won't be using it, but like I said, we're going for the Miami Vice boat. But I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. What I'm going to start off today with you guys is I'm going to start doing my preliminary paint work. I'm going to be pulling up some pictures here of the actual boat from the television show for some reference, and we've got to start laying down some masking tape on here and start doing some of our striping on the sides of the hull here. And that's what we're going to be working on today, guys. So let me get my airbrush dusted off and ready to go here and get some paints mixed up. I'm going to basically go through first and pick out all the colors that I can see and get my colors mixed up. and that way I can just move along as I go and not have to stop and make colors after I finish something. So that'll take me a little while, but just a couple seconds for you guys, and I'll be right back, and we're going to start laying down some color onto this, and that should be a lot of fun. So we'll see you with that in just a couple seconds, everybody. Be right back. All right, everybody, well, I'm back with you again, and we're coming along great here. I've got some of my parts masked off now, and I'm starting to paint on some of my colors. I've got about 6 different colors mixed up for this, for the different shades of kind of a teal and a blue and a purple and a white and a black. And we've got to do some fading on some of these parts here and there with the colors changing on the hull, and most of the upper part of the hull is painted white, but this is the engine cover here in the back, so I'm going to be saving. I've painted this whole part in white already, and I'm saving the kind of uprise parts there in white, so I can paint the rest of this sort of teal color. So I've got my airbrush, and here we go. We're going to paint this real quick. Okay, so I've got that covered up real nice. I'll let this dry here for just a couple of seconds, and then we're going to come back and pull the masks, and then we've got to mask off the top of the engine covers and do our kind of fading color effect here, and then we've got to paint some black detail onto this as well. So I'm moving along here pretty good, guys. Come right back. Okay, moving right along again. We're making good progress, guys. I'll zoom in on the engine box here for you, the engine cover. You can see we got that all painted. It's a lot of little tedious masking and doing our different shading of colors here that you can see. What I'm going to do now is I'm working on the kind of the roll bar here up on the top that goes kind of over the top of the interior of the boat. So I'm going to be doing the same fading effect here. You can see I've got it all masked off. I'm going to do the purple and then the blue and then the teal color there on the top. So I've got my airbrush ready to go here. I'm going to just show you how I do this real quick. Just go across the bottom here first. Kind of about like that. Then we're going to do our blue color in the middle and our teal up on the top. So I'll just switch sides here and do the same thing. Looks like I've got them about the same height there. Okay, so you can see you just layer it on real easy with the airbrush like that. I'll be doing the blue and the teal on the top, like I said. I'll finish that up and come back and show you how that looks. And then we're going to have a lot more work done on the hull and everything. I'm going to have the show you the painted hull and all that. And then we're going to start putting on the small trim pieces, the detail pieces and the outdrives, you know, the engines in the back and all that. And we'll be getting pretty close to getting this thing finished up. So we'll see you with that in just a couple seconds, everybody. Right back again. Well, here we are for the final stretch here, everybody. We've been going around putting on all the little trim parts on the model. I'll show you a look around it here in just a second, but what we're going to finish up with here is putting these little, I've got these little cleats that need to go up on the deck here in 1, 2, 3 spots. So we're just going to show you real quick getting those put on. They're real tiny little parts. I got my tweezers here, and hopefully my, I'll keep a steady hand here for you, and we'll get these put down in place. Got a little canopy glue off to the side here. Just dipping it in there. The 2 little feet that go down, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here. One down, two to go. Too much glue on that one. Let's go for this one here in the back corner. Got that one. Down to the last one, guys. You're getting to see the very last part get put on this model here. A little bit too much glue there. Okay, I'm going to get myself a good angle here. All right, last one. Okay, well, there is the last of our parts going on our model here. I'll pause real quick so it doesn't get real bumpy, and I'll take the camera off of the tripod, and we'll have a nice look around the model here in a little bit better light and show you how it all turned out, guys. So we'll be right back with that. Well, here we are, everybody, back for the wrap, and here's the model all finished up, guys. I lied in that last little segment there. There was one tiny little part to put back on. It was the little lighting mast on top of the roll bar there, but we got that put on too, and you can see the model turned out pretty good, guys. I'm real happy with it. We got all of our little detail and our little touching up done and everything, and it's all wrapped up. It's a beautiful little model kit. I'm really happy with it, just for originally when it came out, you know, fairly inexpensive kit, not a high parts count like we talked about, but the detail that they do give you really pops. I really like the detail on the back of the stern drive, the twin Mercruiser setup, and those cool looking exhaust pipes and the stabilizer boards and everything on the bottom. That looks really cool. And our engine covers turned out really nice there, you can see. Here up on the interior of the boat, we did some work to detail the gauges and everything. And one really cool detail they put on this model is the raised detail on top of the dash there of the Scarab logo. So I was able to get in there and paint that, and that really makes that look nice. And we did a little bit of detail on the upholstery, highlighting it and stuff like that. But pretty cool, and I really think it turned out pretty close to the way the boat looks on the show. I changed a couple colors here and there that I just thought of up on the top and stuff, but the main color on the top is what I saw, but the striping I changed up a little bit. But on the sides I tried to copy it, and pretty happy with how it turned out. Got it all glossed up here real nice, and we'll pop the cover on the engines here for you real quick and show you we've got the twin 440 Chryslers in there. This would have been a fun boat to drive. It had to be really fast with that. I looked up the specs, something like 70 or 80 miles an hour. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, you know, for car speeds, but in a boat that's really, really fast, especially it'll do that type of speed offshore, you know, with a lot of rough water too. So it had plenty of power, and it was just such a cool boat on the show too. It was the epitome of Miami at that time, and you know, just the 80s and all that. And it's hard to believe it's 30 years old. Incidentally, the original boat has been restored. A gentleman in Ohio owns it. There's a cool video on YouTube called Ohio Vice if you want to check it out. Some beautiful footage of the restored boat driving around with some Miami Vice soundtrack to it and all that. And it's just really cool to see it all looking like brand new again. So, but we had a lot of fun. I'll turn this around and give you a look at the other side real quick. And you can see we got the same thing going on here with our fading and everything. And I love how the stand has it sitting at sort of this angle here too. Gives it that look like it's just coming up out of, you know, off of a wave and under full power and all that. A nice angle to look at the model. So really nice little kit all around. And like I mentioned, you can get this kit as the Splash Dancer or the Offshore Powerboat by Revell. Revell bought out Monogram after a while, and they just reproduced this kit. But you can do your own paintwork like we did here. Just using some different widths of tape is all I did to make the stripes, and just some regular masking tape for the rest of it, and mixed up the colors, and there you go. So hopefully you guys can find these kits. Like I said, look for the two kits I mentioned. They're usually around $25–30. I just saw one on eBay for $15 that nobody bought, so he may relist that, and you might be able to get a good deal there. So okay guys, the second part of this will be the Ferrari Daytona Spider in 1/25 scale. We'll start on that kit in a couple of days, and then we'll complete our Miami Vice build project, and then we're going to move on to the 1/1400 scale Battlestar Galactica. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're building two of those, and it's going to be a long series, back to some sci-fi here on the channel. A lot of detail going into that. We're doing some lighting and doing some Aztec painting, and a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to those two builds as well. We've got some parts we were waiting for. They finally came in, so we can go ahead and get those two models knocked out. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I had a blast. Again, here we have the 35-foot Scarab by Wellcraft. And boy, I sure wish I owned one of these boats. I'd be on it every day. Okay, guys, we'll call this one a wrap then, and we'll see you next time. And until we do, take care and happy modeling, everyone. And long live Miami Vice.